Hey there everybody, Mazarok here, and today we've got upcoming Mythic Plus Season 4 nerfs to the big mini-boss and a bunch of dungeons, and usually if they're minor nerfs or it's a small amount, I don't make videos about this, but oh my goodness, do I have to have, we do have to have a chat with that, right? Let's go. But first, please like, comment, subscribe. I can't believe how close we are to 3K. I'm stunned and flabbergasted by all the support. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of that support. There's a Twitch link down below if you wish to watch me stream. If there's anything around here that you do want to ask more questions about, or have a conversation about tanking or anything else like that, there's an amazing community in that community Discord down below. There's a Twitch link down below if you wish to watch me stream, and as well, Wowhead has decided to stop working again. Let's go. There's a key review link down below and a Patreon link down below as well if you wish to support me directly. So let's get into it. Zul'Gurmux now casts Blood Barrier less often. This is such a good change. It seems like every time that you get the Bat CC'd, and especially like if you're pulling him solo, it's not too bad. But if you're, like in Gambit where he's got all of those mobs around him and you're trying to deal with the Scale Binder and you're trying to CC multiple different things, this just always happened at the worst time and it was just unpleasant. Yeah, Wowhead seems to be acting funny for me today here. Grimrail, Zul'Gurmux has now found a new location to hide to return to Karazhan Upper. Yeah, this was an automatic skip for me. The couple of times that I've done Upper, this was literally no question, just skip him. He was in a terrible spot with, like, on a platform. This was unpleasant. So I'm wondering where they're going to put him now, and I'm kind of hoping it isn't in a worse spot, but I do like this change. I really do like this change. Grim Rail Depot. Gromkar Farseer Storm Shields can now be purged. Thank goodness. Although I thought it could. I think this was hotfixed in where it could be. Gromkar Cinderseer will no longer cast Lava Wreath. Thank goodness. Then we got some boss tuning here, so that was trash. Railmaster Rocket Spark, the Borka the Brute's Mad Dash damage reduced by 30%. This was a big AoE hit, and healers are definitely going to be welcoming this. As a tank, I never really had much issue with this one. This one never really hit me that hard, but I know it clapped DPS pretty hard. Skylord Tovra. Now, this is the last boss of Grimrail Depot. The Thunderous Breath initial damage is reduced by 25%. I actually ended my stream last night with a 17 Grimrail, and the DPS were just getting utterly annihilated by this. 25% is a very welcome and a very good nerf here. I kind of wish the traps were a little bit more telegraphed, but that's kind of just me. We'll see kind of what happens. I do expect a few more. I don't know if nerfs is the right thing for Skylord, but I do expect a few more better telegraphed, kind of giving us a little bit better graphics and stuff like that. Maybe giving us a little bit more of just a second to be able to move, like half of a second to be able to move out of the Thunderous Breath, because there is a way to tell where it's going to land, but you have almost no time at all to be able to get to where you want to get to, and me doing this as a warrior has definitely saved me a lot, because I can just heroic leap from one place to another. Iron Docks, Flesh Render Notgar. Dreadfang's Shredding Swipes should no longer hit multiple players. This is in a very, very good change. Oshir, this is the third boss. Feeding Frenzy now requires Oshir to suffer 5% damage to be interrupted, was 8%. This is when he jumps on a random player and just starts pummeling them. Healers, this was just healer single target pump. Just do not let up, because that person's going to die. Although Bop and Warrior Intervene were and still will remain really, really good for this. The last boss, the Skullux melee damage reduced by 15%. I had just done a key review VOD for Vengeance Demon Hunter. It's up on my channel now, where he hopped into combat and he had spikes out, and Skullux just annihilated him in less than 2 seconds. Just got unlucky with parries, but yeah, absolutely. Koromar will no longer cast Shattering Blade. This is definitely what made Koromar partially really, really dangerous, and why you wanted to nuke down that first orc on this last boss encounter as quickly as possible. So this is definitely a good change to Iron Docks. Now, Lower Kara, this has been absolutely miserable for so many people. So we'll see. Let's see what they have for changes happening here. Return to Karazhan Lower. Ghostly Philanthropist will no longer cast Throw Coin. This is just, yeah, this is, I'll take it. Throw Coin would just annihilate tanks, man. Like, if you were fighting trash and you were kind of wondering why your health went from 100 to 20 instantaneously, it's because of Throw Coin. It just ripped through tanks. Absolutely wild. Gang Ruffians, Poisonous Shank reduced down by 30%. Good change. The Opera Hall Wicket, Winged Assistance health reduced by 30%. I'm not sure which one this is. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to go back and look, because it's early in the morning. I'm still on my first coffee, and we're gonna go from there. But I guess this has got to be something that's just good, right? Moroz's Garrote duration reduced to 1 minute was permanent. Oh, thank goodness. This fight, the longer this went on, the worse this got. This was absolutely terrible. This is one where it was almost better to be a dwarf on, or Kyrian. You almost wanted to be Kyrian or a dwarf in this, and that was really absolutely nasty bleed. Moroz's Dinner Party effects now increase the damage and attack speed of nearby dinner guests by 50%. Was 100. Holy jeez. You see the size of these nerfs, right? They're not small. This is probably going to make Moroz a better fight in general. I think these are good targeted nerfs. I think this is going to be a lot better. But yeah, Moroz got nasty really, really fast all of the time. Really bad. Return to Karazhan Upper. Flame Wreath damage reduced by 30%. I don't know how good of a change that is. One of the things that some people have been telling me as well is Brawn apparently triggers the Flame Wreath. So if like you're ranged or like you're kind of just out of the way and Brawn comes out and leaves the Flame Wreath, it triggers it. So I don't know if that's something they're gonna have to change or whatever have you not. But yeah, Flame Wreath, this wiped us on a 12. I survived it, actually. Funny enough, damage reduced by 30%. So before this nerf, I survived the Flame Wreath as a Prot Warrior with Shield Block or maybe a Spell Reflect. I'm not sure, but minor defensives down to about 30%. But it would instantly wipe the party, right? So like literally everybody else would be dead, and I'm just standing there like, well, that fucking sucks. This is actually a pretty good change. Return to Karazhan Upper is not the cancer that Lower was. Lower was definitely just atrocious this week for a couple of reasons. This Throw Coin absolutely sucked, especially it being Inspired Week. One of the things that I wish is going to happen for all future seasons is they never, ever, ever start a season with Inspiring again. Inspiring is literally the worst way to learn dungeons because you can't kick anything. You can't stun anything. You can't do anything. You just suffer and die because like you're trying to kill the Inspired as quickly as possible, or trying to learn the dungeon, and you can't kick anything, you can't CC anything unless you like start pulling stuff away, and then you're obviously not learning the right way to pull dungeons. This is just really unpleasant. I kind of wish Inspiring was pushed to a later point in the week, in the season, where we could be like, okay, so we know the dungeon well enough, then we throw Inspiring at it, and you're like, okay. Because Inspiring is a really, really tough affix to play around when you don't know what to play around yet. That's kind of the idea, but these changes are super welcome. We're going to see how Fortified this week hits us as new players learning these dungeons. I do think, like, Throw Coin, I do think this would have absolutely one-shot tanks on a Fortified week. Like, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, it just hits your tank and your tank's dead. Like, it's just kind of how it would work once you get to high enough keys, because this hurt on a non-Fortified 15 that I did last night. Like that just brought me down to 40% instantly through friggin' shield block and everything. But yeah, very, very welcome. Love to see it. What do you guys think? Is there anything else in particular that you think should be getting nerfed as well? I would love to hear you guys' comments and opinions down below. Aside from that, happy tanking and have yourselves a good day.